And we are live, everybody. How is everybody doing on this wonderful, wonderful Wednesday night? So happy to have y'all join us. Here I am. You know, I know you see it, right? And the box is still empty. The other side. The box is still empty. But you know what? I just talked to my boy, and he can't wait to come back. Like I told you, he's handling business, but he will be back. Can't wait. Mike, just know you're in all of our thoughts, and we love you, and we can't wait to have you back on the show, Mike. But in the meantime, as the old saying goes, the show must go on. And I am here, the bearded wonder, right? Helmke himself, here, live, ready to go. Can't wait. Once again, live here on Twitch and going live on Facebook as well. So excited. Double the love, double the Helmke. I'm already a big man. We already got Mike chatting up in here. Love it. Welcome. Mike's throwing a visit. Love it. Can't wait. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good week, right? Let's talk about it a little bit. It's been a good week. Weekend was good, except for one thing, right? We all know. I don't want to bring it up, but I know I have to. I wanted to do a parlay, right? I was like, hey, UTSA plays Friday night. I'll take them. The Longhorns play Saturday. I'll take them. And then my Cowboys were Sunday night. I'll take them. 2 out of 3 is not bad. 2 out of 3 is not bad. You know, I can't complain. I wish my Cowboys would have won. Let's jump in on that, right? Let's address the issue. Me personally, I think this was the first game since the Tampa game that we got outcoached. Philly outcoached us. They came out ready. The coaches, the players, our guys they looked flat in that first half. They looked flat. Our defense looked flat. Our offense looked flat. It just was not the team that we had seen the previous 4 weeks. And again, I don't want to take anything away from Philly, right? Philly's a good team right now, undefeated. But that also wasn't the Cowboys that we saw the previous 4 weeks. And we know that, right? We know that. Philly came out with a great game plan. They attacked us. They went right at us. But at the same time, I felt like that first half, it was almost a sign of like our coaches overthought it. Like, hey, let's adjust to Philly. We didn't play our game in the first half. We played too much of Philly's game, and we were worried too much about what Philly was going to do. And we were concerned about Brown on one side and Devontae Smith on the other. And we were dropping our linebackers. We weren't bringing up Curse, and we weren't bringing up Cedric Wilson to the line to get pressure like we had been doing. We were respecting the deep ball way too much, and it showed. And we got beat on the run. I mean, we hadn't been run on like that all season long. And Philly just ran the ball right down our throats. But hey, to the Cowboys coaching staff, to them, they made the adjustment at half. We came out third quarter, and we looked ready, right? We came out, we got some stops, we started scoring. I mean, we looked good. And then right at the end of the third into the fourth, Philly made that adjustment again, and they said, shit, we're not going to pass the ball anymore. We're getting sacked. Jalen Hurts is getting hit over here. He's limping. Let's go back to running the ball. And then we couldn't stop the run again. So, again, why didn't we bring down a safety, right? Why didn't we blitz a little bit more? Because we were respecting the deep ball too much. Hey, if we have all that love and respect for Diggs and for Anthony Brown and for Lewis, right, playing corners, then they're going to have to earn it. They got to earn that respect, man. And that was their chance to truly earn it, right? And the coaching staff, I felt, cheated them out of that. They didn't give them a chance to earn it. They were respecting the Eagles' deep ball too much, and I think that's what lost us the game. I mean, hey, if you think otherwise, hey, let me know here, Twitch, right? Again, I'm live on Twitch, live on Facebook. If you want to come to Twitch and chat it up, right, you can come to Twitch, all one word, all lowercase, The Ham Podcast, or you can watch me on Facebook Live, The Ham Podcast, right, Facebook. But yeah, I don't think it was so much that Philly was so much better than us. I think we got outcoached. We got outcoached and we got out hustled. What more can you say, right? It's we got Eric Alvarez on Facebook Live. He says, "I hate the boys, but the defense is a beast as fuck. Cowboys need to stick in man under with one high." I agree, and we didn't do that against the Eagles. We did not bring anybody up. They had Curse playing back. They had Cedric Wilson. Cedric Wilson has made plays by coming up to the line of scrimmage, and we didn't bring him up. We weren't spying Jalen Hurts. Why we didn't have a spy beats me, right? You know the boy's gonna run, right? But yeah, we got outcoached. We got outcoached by the Eagles. Their coaching staff did a better job, and I hope the coaches for the Cowboys know this, and I hope they learn from it. And it's like in the fight game, right? A lot of fighters say, I don't like to watch film because I don't want to worry about the other guy. I want to take care of me. I want to do what I do best. And the Cowboys didn't do what they did best. They were worried too much about the other team. Yeah, Hurts is a monster. He's a monster. But when we put him into passing plays, he showed that he can be hit and he can be stopped, right? We got some good pressure on him when we put them in passing plays. And then for some reason, we stopped putting pressure. And we went back to playing too deep. And yeah, I just didn't understand. We got Eric Alvarez. He's like Tebow. It won't look great, but he'll win. I agree. Shout out to Tim Tebow. You know, all my Tebow lovers. Tebow time. Yeah, Tebow was a legend of the game, man. So, yeah, I agree. He is a little bit like Tebow. It's not going to be the best-looking win, but it is a win nonetheless. So now let's address the elephant in the room, right? And I'm not talking about me. I know I'm a big boy, but come on. Cooper Rush lost the game, right? He lost the game. So what does that mean? Now the Cowboys feel comfortable bringing Dak Prescott back in, right? They feel a little bit comfortable now. It's like, okay, we can go ahead and put Prescott back in because, hey, guess what? Cooper Rush lost, and now the fans can't boo us if we put Prescott in. But let me tell you something. Teams better watch out because, one, we've pretty much played the strength of our schedule. This beginning of the schedule was very tough for us, right? Because we started with Tampa Bay, right? Then we play the Giants, who right now are a fucking beast. It looks like they beat Green Bay. They're 4-1, right? Cowboy, or 5-1. I'm sorry. Then you got we played the Rams, who are the defending champs. Regardless of the struggles they're going through, they're still the defending champs, right? Washington, okay, they are who we thought they were, right? They're not as good. But then we go and we play, Philly. Next we play the Lions, and we're going to get Dak back, right? So we got the Lions. We got Dak back. Dak has a chip on his shoulder. And let me tell you something. He heard all the talks. He heard people saying, hey, maybe we should stick with Cooper Rush, right? He heard people saying Dak's not as good anymore. Right? He heard people saying Dak's overrated. Maybe Dak isn't a top tier quarterback in the league. Right? He heard all of these things. And I guarantee you this motherfucker's got a chip on his shoulder the size of Texas. He's ready to come out and he's ready to prove why he got that big contract. And I'm excited for him. I kept telling people, hey, yes, Cooper Rush is doing well, but it's not a big enough resume to say, let's get rid of Dak, right? It's not a big enough resume to say, sit Dak down and let Cooper keep playing. It was 4 games, right? Cooper Rush had 4 games. Like, it's just, Dak has talent, right? I see what you're saying, Eric. Dak is basura. For all my Spanish-speaking people, that's trash, right? Since he broke his leg. But you know what? I think he's going to be all right, man. And I think now that he's got this chip on his shoulder, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to come out, and I'm excited to see him destroy some teams because and then let me tell y'all something. For all the trash talk about Zeke played well against Philly. The splits were pretty much even. I think he only had 1 or maybe 2 more carries than Tony. He should have got more in this game because he was the one pushing the rock in this game. Philly was struggling trying to stop him, and Zeke's always played well against Philly. And he had some good runs, tough runs, and I just don't think he got the ball enough. I mean, and then not even to make a big deal, he went over 10,000 yards for his career in that game. There's only 2 other Cowboys that have more, 2 Cowboy running backs that have more. That's Tony Dorsett and Emmitt Smith. Zeke is now 3rd on the all-time rushing list for the Cowboys. And I don't think they make a big enough deal to have over 10,000 yards in what? He's played 5 seasons? I mean, come on now. 5, 6 seasons? You got to give Zeke his props, man. Yeah, maybe he's not Zeke when he first came in the league, but he's still running hard. He's running tough. And when we need him, he delivers. He delivers. You know, it may not be that 60, 70-yard run anymore, but he's gonna give you that 15 to 25-yard break, right? He's gonna pick up those 31s, 32s. So I think we need to lay off of Zeke a little bit. Yeah, still split the carries between him and Tony. But if Zeke has the hot hand, shit, let him run. If Tony's got the hot hand, Pollard, let him run, right? You gotta ride your hot hand, and it's gonna vary from game to game, right? But you gotta let that hot hand carry you. And that Monday night, I think when we got within, 20 to 17, I think if we would have pushed Zeke a little more, I think we could have controlled that ball. But no, we wanted to push the ball downfield, and it cost us, right? And hey, it happens. Hell with it. It's over. That was Sunday night. That week's done, and now it's time to get ready for the Lions, right? And I'm excited. Other football news. The Odell Beckham sweepstake is starting. There's several teams that are in play for Odell Beckham, right? Several teams. You got a lot of rumors. Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings are making a push for Odell. That's the rumor there. They're restructuring or getting rid of 3 players, whatever it is. Could you imagine that though, right? As decent, I say decent, as Kirk Cousins is, to give him Jefferson, Thielen, and Odell, it's really hard. It's really hard to screw that up. And Kirk Cousins would have to be a really horrible quarterback to screw up having those 3 kind of wide receivers, Jefferson, OBJ, and Thielen. I mean, then you got Kansas City. They're restructuring Travis Kelce's contract. Apparently, with the restructure of Travis Kelce, they freed up $3.44 million. So they're thinking, hey, 1-year contract, $3.4 million. OBJ, come on, play with us. That would be exciting, because I think that's the only thing they're missing is a deep threat, and Odell is that. We got Simone over here. Let's see on Facebook Live. Simone says, so what will happen if Dak doesn't win the next game? Nothing will happen, right? Because let's be real. He sat out the last 4, right? Dak has sat out the last 4. You expect there to be some kind of rust, right? You do. You expect it to be a little rusty. But I think if the Cowboys coaching staff can keep the same game plan that they had with Cooper Rush, which is, let's split this, right? Let's not do 55 passes a game with Dak. Let's run the ball. Let's pass the ball. Let's split that game in half. Run and pass, right? Mix it up. I think he'll be okay this next game, especially against the Lions. Now, no disrespect to the Lions. Hey, they're tough, man. They may not be winning a lot of games, but they're tough. They're gonna fight you for 4 quarters if you let them. And I like their young linebacker, Rodrigo. Kid's good, man. If you saw Hard Knocks this season, before the season started, that Rodrigo kid is a good, tough, strong, young linebacker. So he pumps that defense up, and he's kind of like their young Micah Parsons. Now, of course, he's not Micah's skill level. I'm not saying that by any means, but yeah, he's kind of that spirit of the defense. So, but yeah, if Dak doesn't win the next game, of course, for the fans and the media, the sky is going to be falling, right? But realistically, you expect there to be some rust. You expect there to be, let's test the hand. Let's see what we can do. Let's test the thumb, right? Can he grip it full? He got most of the snaps. I was talking to some of the coaching staff today. But no, I saw reports that he got most of the snaps with the starters today, so that's a good sign, right? If he does that, then that means he's probably going to start on Sunday at noon, right? So I'm excited to see what happens. But again, guys, I'm live on Facebook, live on Twitch, right? The Twitch is the Ham Podcast, all one word, all lowercase. Facebook is the Ham Podcast. Come check it out. Excited, right? This is the second week in a row that I've done the dual stream. People out there seem to love it. I love it, right? I like getting it from both. Wait a second. Gotta stop myself. I'm not trying to be that guy. But yeah, no, I'm excited, man. It's exciting. But yeah, back to Odell Beckham. Kansas City, they're freeing up some money, so they're in the sweepstakes. Minnesota's in the sweepstakes. Then apparently he made a promise to Von Miller that he wants to go to Buffalo. He says, I'll go to Buffalo, Von. So if he goes to Buffalo, oh my God, Buffalo's already fucking good, right? It's like, what else do they need? That's like the rich getting richer right there, right? So that would be bad for other AFC teams, right? And then you got DeAndre Hopkins getting ready to come back with Arizona, right? Arizona's kind of riding that roller coaster, right? So now you got Arizona getting ready to make a comeback because DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, look, I don't care who you are, what he did. D-Hop is an elite wide receiver, fucking elite. The man is legit. So I'm excited to see what happens with that. I can't stand Kyler Murray. Fuck Kyler Murray. But D-Hop's a good player, man. But we'll see, right? NFL season is exciting. You got teams like the Jets and the Giants that are fucking winning. It's crazy, right? That Jets defense with Sauce Gardner. Yeah. Sauce Gardner playing corner. That man's the real deal. Let me tell you, he's a trash talker. He's got the skills to back it up. And anybody who plays football with a name like Sauce, yeah, you better be able to back it up. And he does. He does a great job. So, right, that's NFL. NFL's looking great. It's exciting. College football is fucking exciting. My Longhorns are ranked number 20 right now. I love it. Anytime the Longhorns are winning, it's amazing. We have a tough game coming up this weekend against Oklahoma State in Oklahoma, right? So that's going to be tough. I believe it's called Bedlam, right? Their stadium, or where they're from, Bedlam, Oklahoma. So that's going to be fucking tough. They're coming off of a loss to TCU, right? So I'm excited to see what happens with that, right? Texas versus Oklahoma State. That's going to be a tough one for the Longhorns. Our defense better be ready. But the good thing is Oklahoma State can't stop people from fucking scoring. And the one thing the Longhorns are good at this season is fucking scoring. So, I think the Longhorns can go in there and beat Oklahoma State. And then, I mean, we still got Baylor coming. We still got TCU coming. We already handled the Laters, or some people call them the Sooners, right? I call them the Laters. We already handled them, right? They're done. We still got Kansas State. We still got a tough schedule for the Longhorns. But really, I mean, at the end of the day, we're just getting ready. We're just preparing for when we join the SEC and we go in there and we show people, hey, we're back. We're back. And guess what? We're going to be back with a fucking Manning, right? Quinn Ewers is a beast. Let me tell y'all that. First year starter for us, right? Transferred out of Ohio State back to Texas, coming to UT. He's originally a Texas boy, right? He's got the mullet. He's got the look. I'm excited. Quinn Ewers is good. OSU's going to smoke the ladies and oh, buddy. Oh, spoken like a true Aggie. Spoken like a true... How'd that loss to Alabama taste? Just as bad as it did for us. Let me just say that before you can. No. Just as bad as it did for us. We're gonna be good, man. And then we got Archie coming next year, as long as he doesn't, renege on the commitment. We should be fine. Ewers is very good, and if we're lucky enough to keep him, he'll stay another year because he's not NFL ready. Ewers will play next year. Archie can redshirt, and then Archie will start in the SEC for us as a redshirt freshman, and then of course the best running back in all of college football, Bijan Robinson. The man is a beast, right? Bijan he can run you over. He can hey, what's going on? We got James F1218. What's going on, brother? How are you? Welcome to the Ham Podcast live on Twitch. What's going on? Bijan Robinson, running back for Texas, in my book, is the best running back in the nation. He can run you over. He can spin on you. He can outrun you. He's got speed, size. He can catch coming out of the backfield. I mean, he can block. He can pick up the blitz. The man is good. He would. So, James, you can't see it. I'm on Facebook Live as well. Eric Alvarez says that Bijan wouldn't have started over James Flowers. No way. I agree. James Flowers was a running back of a different kind. In my eyes, it's like Earl Campbell, and then it's James Flores right there with him. Love it, love it. Again, everybody, welcome to the Ham Podcast, episode 44, live on Facebook. Live. Oh, I'm sorry. He's talking about Archie. He was talking about Archie Manning not being able to start over you, James. Our commit for next season. But yeah, live on Facebook, live on Twitch. If you want to come on Twitch, it's all one word, all lowercase, the Ham Podcast, and then you can catch us on Facebook as well, live right now. But yeah, so let's make the transition, right? We've been talking NFL, we've been talking college football. NBA season started last night. And you got your Golden State Warriors getting their NBA championship rings. If you have not seen the size of these fucking rings, oh my God. These rings are ridiculous. They are ridiculous, man. It looked like it was the size of Steph Curry's whole hand. I mean, these NBA rings are ridiculous. And the Warriors, you know, they've got their little drama going on with the whole Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. I don't want to say fight because both guys have to actually swing for it to be a fight. Draymond was the only one fucking swinging. But Golden State, right? We talked about this a little bit last week. Golden State kind of made up, right, with Jordan Poole. And they were like, hey, we're sorry that happened. Here's a brand new contract, $140 million max contract. They gave that young man a max contract of $140 million. I don't care if I got sucker punched or not. That's going to make me feel a whole lot better. Yeah, you know what, Draymond? For another 20 mil, go ahead and punch me on the other side of the face. Shit. Come on now. Yeah, 140 million. But then they were feeling generous. So they gave Andrew Wiggins $101 million max contract. So the Golden State Warriors spent some money this over the weekend. Happy to see that for Wiggins, right? When he was coming into the draft, he was the big thing several years ago. What was that, 6-7 years ago? He was the big thing, you know, coming out of Canada, Andrew Wiggins, the next big star, and he never quite took off, right? Andrew Wiggins could never quite find that superstar level, and he got with Golden State, and you know what? He's fit in perfectly with Golden State, and I'm not a Golden State fan, right? I'm not a Warriors fan, but Andrew Wiggins has fit in like a nice puzzle piece, and he deserves it, man. Good for that kid, getting $101 million, right? Biggest contract since he's come into the league. Good for you, Wiggins, right? That's a lot of Canadian dollars as well, right? I can only imagine how many, what is Canadian dollars called? I don't even know. Maybe it's similar to American, I don't know, but he's got a lot of Canadian pesos now, right? So good for you, Wiggins. Good for fucking you. All right, so let's jump in, right? Let's talk about something else, guys. It is October, right? Halloween month, spooky month, ooh, right? Ooh. So, in Oklahoma, don't know if y'all saw this. I'm gonna drop the link here on Twitch, right? So if you go to our Twitch, you can click the link. Apparently, there's the link in the chat. Apparently, 4 guys were gathered together, and they were gonna commit a crime, and several days later their families reported them missing. All 4 guys' families reported them missing. Several days after that, somebody was walking by a river in Oklahoma or some kind of lake or something, and saw all 4 bodies. Well, they didn't know it was them at the time, but saw 4 bodies that were obviously dead and dismembered, cut up into pieces. They called the police. The police, you know, began their investigation. Turns out those were the 4 guys that were going to go commit a crime. How did they know they were going to commit a crime? A gentleman had came forward and said, hey, you know, once they identified the bodies and found out who they were, said, hey, those guys actually was supposed to go with them that night. We're all friends. They approached me about hitting a lick. Yeah, he used that term, right? I had heard that term since like 2005. But he said, yeah, we were going to go hit a lick. They said it would be enough for all 4 of us to split, 5 of us. He goes, but I didn't want to go. I didn't feel right. I didn't go. And sure enough, they were all dead. Now, apparently, the police could tell that all 4 guys had been shot and then dismembered, right? They had a person of interest. Apparently, this person of interest was just 2 days ago, right? What's today? Wednesday? So, no, yesterday, Tuesday, was caught. Yep, snitches get stitches. I agree. The person of interest was caught in Florida driving a stolen car. That's why he got pulled over. They noticed the car was stolen. They pulled him over. They noticed that he fit a description from the crime in Oklahoma. Now, they don't know if he's the man yet that actually did it, but he is a person of interest. Now, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck who you are, but you're a pretty bad motherfucker if you shoot 4 guys and then cut them up and then take them to the river and dispose of the body. Like, at what, like, first of all, I want to know what kind of gun he shot them with, because it couldn't have been no pistol, right? It had to have been some type of AR, some type of assault rifle, because if I'm with 4 guys and one guy has a gun, I'm a bum rusher, right? He gonna take one of us out, but he ain't taking all 4 of us out, right? We gonna bum rush him, because I'm not about to sit there and watch you kill 3 of my buddies and then me, and then we get cut up. No, so it had to have been a pretty damn good sized gun for him to shoot all 4 without him getting any, damage. And then what goes through your mind, right? He could have buried them. He could have, did the Soprano thing and said, let me bury these guys. He could have, put them in trash. But no, he decided just to cut them up and throw them in the lake. Just here. Bye. Adios. Bye con Dios. It's some crazy people out in the world, man. Crazy people. Now, obviously, these 4 guys weren't saints, right? They were getting ready to go commit a crime. But at the same time, I'm not saying they deserve to be cut up. No such thing as an assault rifle. You got to explain that to me, Eric Alvarez. You got to explain it to me. Got to explain it. Again, everybody, if you want to follow us on Instagram, you can go to _H_A_M_podcast. That's the Ham Podcast on Instagram. You can go to our Twitter, _Ham_podcast. I'm sorry, you're right. AR stands for Armalite Rifle. I'm sorry, gun guy. I apologize. Jesus. I'm just a city boy living city dreams, my man. All right? No, but thank you, Eric. I appreciate the correction on my misinformation. I don't want to misinform anybody. But yeah, you go to our Twitter, _Ham_podcast. Obviously, you know where our Facebook is. You're here live with us. And then you can go follow us on Twitch, right? All one word, all lowercase, The Ham Podcast. Always looking for new followers. And then in case you missed the show or you want to go back and watch the other 43 that you haven't seen, you can go to our YouTube page, The Ham Podcast. All 43 episodes are on there, and I can promise you this, all 43 are banging. Again, I know Mike's not here to join me. In case you're wondering what Mike, if you're new to the show, referring to a longtime friend of mine from Edison, Mike Hernandez. He is my co-host. Unfortunately, he's handling some business, so he isn't able to join at this time this week. He missed last week, he missed this week, but as I mentioned earlier, the show must go on, and Mike will be back. He will grace us with his presence. The bearded wonder myself, and then Mike, Mr. Bobby Boucher, if you remember him as that, he will be back. All right, so we had the crime in Oklahoma, right? While that happened before that couple of weeks, there's a crime in Stockton, California, right? Most people hear Stockton, they think of the Diaz brothers. 209, motherfucker, right? Come at me. The Diaz brothers, Nick and Nate, but not in this case. In Stockton, apparently there was a man going around shooting random people. He had killed about 5 people. He killed 5, wounded 1, not all at the same time. These were different shootings, apparently. He shot one each person on a different night. The one person that survived was a woman. She made it out of the hospital, right? But they finally caught this guy. And it's crazy, man. Like, he was just, there was no motive behind it, right? There was no, hey, I'm being bullied, or hey, I'm doing this. He came out and, yeah, I wanted to go shoot people. Crazy, man. Along those lines, right? You had that guy, the Parkland shooter, right? Guy gets life in prison. A lot of the families were hurt by this, right? They wanted the death penalty. They wanted death. They said, we want this guy to feel what our family members felt there in Parkland. And no, he was given life without the possibility of parole. He'll serve the rest of his life in prison. But tell me, right? Y'all talk to me here on Twitch, on Facebook. For somebody who commits a mass shooting like that, is life in prison fair? Should they serve the rest of their life in prison, or should they be given the death penalty? Right? I mean, what do y'all think? Let me know. I know what I think, right? Why delay the inevitable? Let's just get this over with, right? Forget the taxpayers having to pay for his meals every year and, his little room and clean sheets and all that kind of stuff. Let's just go ahead and light this boy up, right? And let's put an end to it. But I'm not a judge. I wasn't on that jury, right? I don't make the rules. I didn't get to decide, right? What do y'all think? How would y'all have handled that Parkland shooter? Life in prison or the death penalty? Let me know, right? If you're watching me here on Twitch and you see me looking to my bottom right, that's because I also have Facebook Live going. Facebook, you see me looking up left. It's because I got Twitch going, everybody. So I love it. All right. So this weekend, I know my Facebook people can't see it, but if you go to Twitch, you'll be able to. We have a big UFC fight. Big UFC 280, and I can't wait, right? It's going to be a monster of a show. It's in Abu Dhabi, right? The main card is ridiculous, but let's look at some of these prelims first, right? You have Carol Rosa versus Lena Landsberg. Lena Landsberg's old school old school MMA. She's been around for a minute, right? Good fight, right? Fighting out of Sweden. The second fight of the prelims, this is a little bit interesting. You got Malcolm Gordon coming out of Canada versus Mohamed Mokaev. Now, Mohamed Mokaev is one of those other Dagestani wrestlers, but just like Khabib, right? But he actually moved to England, and he claims England more. And he has really great wrestling, really great striking, undefeated, hasn't lost yet. Mohamed Mokaev, that's going to be interesting. Next fight is Armen Petrosyan versus AJ Dobson on the pay-per-view. I'm sorry, on the prelims. After that, you got Akbar Nurmagomedov versus Omar Gadziev. Yeah, you got to give me credit for that one, right? Then you got, here's where it starts to get maybe a little more familiar with the names, right? Then we got Zubara Turkov, which is part of Khabib's camp, right, versus Lucas Almeida. Then here we go, right? Volkan Ozdemir, right? You got Volkan Ozdemir, strong striker, versus Nikita Krylov, another strong striker. Super excited to see that fight. That's a really good prelim. Then you got Makhmed Muradov versus Kyle Borjalio. First of all, guys, you know I'm a big UFC fan. When I'm pronouncing these names, like butter just rolling off the tongue. These are hard Russian names, hard Brazilian names. And this motherfucker, I'm pretty damn talented, right? And then the main prelim fight, this one's interesting. You got Bilal Muhammad versus Sean Brady. Bilal Muhammad is a wrestler, right? Loves to wrestle. And then you got Sean Brady, who is a jiu-jitsu guy. Outstanding, just phenomenal jiu-jitsu. He's done jiu-jitsu tournaments where he's won. The guy's got, so it's like Bilal's strength is wrestling, taking guys down. And then you got Sean, whose biggest thing is, hey, if you take me down, I'll submit you. Bilal for this camp actually went and trained with Khabib Nurmagomedov and his camp, right? First time doing it. And he believes if I train with Khabib, I can't lose. Well, you're not Khabib, homie. I'm taking Sean Brady in that fight. I think Sean Brady's going to go in there and he's going to submit him. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now we go to the main card. And let me tell you, first fight of the main card, I'm not extremely excited about, but hey, I'll take it. Caitlin Chikogian versus Manon Fiorot. Chikogian is known as a point fighter, right? She's looking to outpoint you. She's looking to beat you up, right? Get enough points, win a decision. Fiorot, her name's Fiorot, I'm sorry, out of France. She's looking to stop you. Kickboxer. She wants to stop you. I'm actually taking Fiorot in that fight. I'm looking for Fiorot to come in, get the win, get out, and possibly fight for the belt next. After that, second fight of the main card, you got number 6 ranked lightweight Beneil Dariush versus number 9 lightweight, right, Mataz Gamrot. Both outstanding, obviously, right? They're ranked in the top 10 in the world in lightweight division. Beneil feels like he should be fighting for the belt. Gamrot feels like he's that up-and-coming guy. I think Beneil's a dog. He's got that dog in him. I'm going to take Beneil Dariush. I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to take him by decision. If it was a 5-round fight, I'd say stoppage in the 4th. But seeing that it's only a 3-round fight, I think Beneil wins by decision. Then after that, a lot of people say this is the people's main event, right? You got Petr Yan versus Sean O'Malley. Sugar Sean O'Malley. It's interesting, man, because you got somebody like Petr Yan who's a former champion, right? Held the belt. You're looking at Sean O'Malley, who's that up and coming star. I mean, when you look at the size difference, though, right? First of all, the records. Petr Yan 16-3, O'Malley's 15-1. Yan's last fight was a loss where he lost his belt. O'Malley's last one was a no contest because a poke in the eye. I mean, but then you got the height difference, right? O'Malley's 5'11", while Petr Yan's only 5'7". They both come in 135 pounds, and then you got the reach difference, right? A 5-inch reach advantage for Sean O'Malley, 72 inches to 67 inches, right? Petr Yan's actually the favorite, though, coming into this fight, which is very interesting, right? Very interesting. So, for me, personally, I am going to take, man, it's a tough one for me to pick. I think Petr Yan has the better wrestling. I think Petr Yan has the better submissions. But with the size difference, the reach, O'Malley, I think O'Malley's got the better creative striking. I'm actually going to take Sean O'Malley in this fight. I think Sean O'Malley gets the win. I don't think he finishes Yan. Yan is very tough. But I do think he wins by decision, and I think he makes it look easy. 3 rounds to none. I think he beats Petr Yan, and he fights for the belt next, which is right after that are the guys fighting for the belt. The champ, Aljamain Sterling, versus the returning TJ Dillashaw. Very interesting fight. Dillashaw he's got the better striking. He's got the better foot movement on the feet. He's probably got the power advantage. Aljamain Sterling, though, being the champ, definitely has the submission advantage, right? Aljamain Sterling's submission game is second to none. Training with Matt Serra and Matt Longo out in New Jersey, right? Very good grappling. Excited to see that. I think he beats TJ Dillashaw, though. I think Aljamain Sterling comes out, he gets a takedown, and I think he can beat TJ Dillashaw this weekend. That's going to be a good fight, though. I'm excited to see it. 5-round fight. I don't think he gets the submission early. I think Aljamain Sterling gets the submission like round 4. Dillashaw's been out for a while with that leg injury. He's back. Before that, he only had 1 fight in 2 years. So really, this is only his second fight in probably 3.5 years. So that rust can hurt you, man. Now, main event time. The fight that I am looking forward to the most. 155 lightweight division. You got the challenger, Islam Makhachev. The second coming of Khabib is what they call him, right? Khabib Nurmagomedov. Islam has been Khabib's main training partner since they were teenagers. Actually, since they were young kids, they said on the countdown, if you watched it. He was trained by Khabib's dad for many, many years. Rest in peace to Abdullah Nurmagomedov, which is Khabib's dad, versus Charles Oliveira, right? And Charles Oliveira is a fucking beast. Charles Oliveira is, so technically he's not the champ, right? The only reason he's not the champ is in his last fight, he missed weight by half a pound. He had to weigh 155 and he came in at 155.5. So they stripped him of the belt. He still won that night. So this fight, winner gets the belt. But technically Charles is the champ. He hasn't lost the belt to anybody. And he can beat you on the feet or he can beat you on the ground. His fucking submission game in the lightweight division or maybe all of the UFC, is tops. I mean, if he gets your back, you're done. You're fucking done. If he gets on top of you on mount, you're done. He's going to submit you. And then, oh, by the way, the motherfucker's got striking now, right? He didn't have this when he first came to the UFC, 10 years ago, 8 years ago. Now he can strike, and he can strike with fucking power. Charles Oliveira is an absolute beast. I'm taking Oliveira to win. Now, Charles Oliveira saying first round. I think it's going to be second round. I think in the first round, Islam is going to be patient, and he's going to kind of look for a takedown, whatever. But I think Charles will pick his punches. Second round, Charles finishes him. But let me tell you something. Islam better not fucking win, because I hate him. If I saw him in the street, I'd fight him. I probably wouldn't win, but guess what? I'd fight him. I'm not backing down from Islam. He'd whoop my ass, but I'd fight him. But Charles Oliveira is going to go in there. He's going to handle business, and I can't fucking wait. And then he's going to look at Khabib, and he's going to be like, you better stay retired, boy, because I'll knock you out too. I'm excited to see that. I got Charles Oliveira winning. So just to recap, I got Charles, I got Aljamain, I got Sean O'Malley, I got Beneil Dariush, and then I got Fiorot winning. Those are my picks for UFC 280. Just in case you're wondering, it is an early start that day because they're in Abu Dhabi. The prelims start at 9 a.m. Central, and the main card starts at 1 p.m. Central. Now, I myself will not be able to watch it live. Yes, Charles. That's right, Denise. Absolutely. I myself will not be able to watch it live because I will be at the UTSA game. If you're not familiar with what I do at UTSA games, I actually have season tickets, and I tailgate as well. So if you go to UTSA game this Saturday and you see me, hey, I'll be there tailgating. Come get a beer on me if you're of age. If you're of age, not under 21. So, yes, I will be at the UTSA game as early as 8 o'clock setting up the tailgating. So I won't be able to watch UFC 280 live. But as soon as the game's over, me and my boys will be heading straight to the house to watch the fights on replay. So that means I will not be on social media all morning, all afternoon. I will not be on Facebook, Instagram. I will not check my verdict. I will not check Snapchat, ESPN, nothing. I might even just turn my damn phone off because I don't want to know who wins. I want to watch it. So don't text me. If you know my number, don't text me who won, because then when I see you, I'm going to have to just beat you up, and I don't want to do that. No, I won't beat you up, but I'll be a little hurt. So those are my picks for UFC 280. Can't wait for this Saturday. UTSA first, then fights. But yes, I mean what I say, guys. If you're at the UTSA game this Saturday, I will be there as early as 8 a.m. tailgating. Come get a drink on me. It's going to be awesome. We'll have a great time. Music, food, drinks. It's amazing, right? But after this, right, we have Halloween coming up. I need to know, man, what are y'all going to be for Halloween? Talk to me. What are some of y'all's costumes, right? I already know what I'm going to be. It's amazing. I'll talk to you about it on the next show because I'm the host and I want to be suspenseful, right? I got to build viewers for the next show, so I'm not going to tell you, right? You'll have to tune in to the Ham Podcast, right? Live on Twitch, live on Facebook. If you want to see me on Twitch, you want to follow on Twitch, Twitch is free. Go to Twitch, download the app. You don't have to download it. You can just go to Twitch, type in the Ham Podcast, all one word, all lowercase. You can follow us on there, or you can watch us here live on Facebook, the Ham Podcast. We also have our Instagram, right? Our Instagram, which is _ham_podcast, and then our Twitter, the _ham_podcast. You want to go back and watch any of the other 43 episodes we've done, you can go to our YouTube page, the Ham Podcast. Guys, tonight has been amazing, right? We've talked to NFL, we've talked college football, we've talked NBA, we've talked to murders in Oklahoma and Stockton, California, we've talked UFC 280 picks. Where else are you going to get this, people? Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on YouTube. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Let them know the best motherfucking show is the Ham Podcast. Stands for Helmke and Mike, right? That's what it stands for, Helmke and Mike. Mike couldn't join us tonight. He's handling some business. Hopefully he'll be back soon. And when he does, oh, buddy, let me tell you, it gets even crazier. right? I am the Bearded Wonder. I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. Tune in next week. Armor Light Rifle. Yes, Armor Light Rifle. I got you, Eric Alvarez, you motherfucker. I got you. Don't be correcting me on my show, Eric, all right? That shit ain't cool, dog. No, I'm just playing. But yes, it's been amazing tonight. I hope I can see you next Wednesday as well here on Twitch. And here on... we got somebody who wants to join. We got here on Twitch and here on Facebook Live. You know... It's going to be amazing. It's going to be super good. I don't know why, James. They didn't want to let you join. Try it again. But yes, we'll see you next week. Hey, just remember, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. All right? Y'all have a good, safe weekend. Party safe. We're going to party hardy. So we will see y'all later. I'm out.